I actually was playing for a minute, but I didn't do anything. I pretty much just went to the ship, did some healing, did some mods, and now I'm right here going for the fucking Rift Warp Manipulator.
Anomalous event. The interstitial hall in Exhibition Tower is off limits for the foreseeable future to any and all non-essential personnel. All requests to view anomaly modulator suspended for the time being. Please direct all further queries and study petitions to the lead researcher's office.
Subjects, listen well. Days ago, our beloved sovereign, in his infinite wisdom, submitted himself to mental refreshment to strengthen his resolve for the good of all. At his command, I, Emery Thoreau, now accept the responsibility of shepherding you through these dark times until our sovereign's blessed return. I shall not take this duty lightly, for I address you today not as the consul, nor even as your new leader, which I am, but as a simple man who wants nothing more than to defend his home and his neighbors. But I cannot do it alone.
Comparative analysis of the consul's speech to that of other dictators suggest a high likelihood that a coup has occurred.
The sovereigns are downright dumb compared to the council.
Future sovereign.
It's gonna be bad for everyone.
So dry those tears as I call upon you to stand tall with renewed zeal. Together, we will finish our great sovereign's work and purge Arcadia of those who seek to harm us. We shall clench our victory and
Between
step
our
into the
buns.
prosperous future our matriarch promised.
Imagine clenching victory between your buns. Such a glorious achievement. Echoing through the annals of history. Whoa.
Perfect society demands perfect thought. Imperfection is impossible when the mind is a thing of symmetry.
Electrochemical brainwaves, frankly. Joe Biden, he was a cyborg, folks. He was a cyborg. Not a lot of people talk about it. He was a robot. Someone was ordering too much borscht loaf. That's odd.
Alert. Hostile.
guidance of our beneficent ruler, the Sovereign.
You there! How did it work?
Got my last moment on front.
Ready to escape Agent's weapons. Be something here. I know how this looks, but I can assure you I have leave to look into... Oh. You're not security. Then you must be responsible for all the commotion I heard just now.
Yes.
For both our sakes, I think it best if we continue as we were. I will forget I saw you as long as you extend me the same courtesy. I was looking for proof, if you must know. There was an incident recently, and I believe Albin Valancourt is the sentinel charged with supervising this facility and all its researchers. He's a punitive man who delights in the wretchedness of others. I'd grasp a live rod if I could pass its current to him. Although, unless you have unusual license to be here, his odds of keeping head and body united diminish by the second. That must have been so difficult for you. Unless your lamps have oxidized, you must have noticed my arm. I lost it saving the Sovereign from a rift experiment gone wrong. An experiment, naturally. Valancourt supplied my name for the reports, incriminating me in the eyes of my colleagues. And since he's closed off that wing of the lab, I can't prove my innocence. I should have known you were here for the prototype. But for what ill scientific curiosity does not exclude an intent to harm. Coincidence, sabotage comes foremost to mind, though the perpetrator and purpose remain a mystery. If only Valancourt was not at permanent cross purposes with me. I couldn't pop. Whatever the cause of the incident, it is my duty as a law-abiding Aren't you clever? Well, I too am clever. For instance, I've already deduced a means for achieving access to the... That is privileged information. Some things I cannot divulge, back to the topic at hand. Do we have an accord? Or do you intend to make further errors in judgment by rejecting my help? The kind that proves I did not dishonor myself by the prototype. Once you have, be cautious. The guards of this facility will attack anyone unfamiliar to them. But once you have the key, I've already shared more with you than I ought have. But go ahead. The Interstitial Reconfiguration Center was created to continue researching into How do you know about that? Regardless, or we were. Due to the exacerbation of in public, he becomes most animated when we discuss how matter might be reconstituted from the rifts. What was lost somehow returned. He and the consul wore coats cut from the same stern cloth. Henry has never quite matched either of them. His motivations are personal. That's an ugly way to describe a legitimate transfer of power. And if you're trying to bait me into expressing an opinion of my superior, a technicality. He's inferior in every...
can't be expected to sleep in these conditions.
Better than bivouacking on Cloister. Not the toe's missing his testament.
Agents, prepare for combat.
Hostile spot.
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say whip.
Forever vigilant.
Sensors indicate unknown biological matter within the rift.
This paradigm we serve supplies all we deserve.
really just left the modulator out near them. Well, let's say we avail ourselves of their poor security.
To the unsubtle thief. Yes, you with the rift modulate. It's not every day that someone is fool enough to break into the Interstitial Reconfiguration Center. I'd be obliged if you would regale me with the tale of how you managed to get this far. Oh, really? Which one? Act glib if you like. All you've done is illustrate the need for more invasive auditing of my personnel. I'll be sure to inform them of your role in that unpleasantness. Well, there will be time to scrutinize every angle of this breach at a later date, once I have dealt with you. I could also reduce you to a state of quivering agony, begging for death. And that would be a lot more enjoyable for me, if I'm being candid. No matter. I will await you in the hangar.
You got it, doggy.
Enemy approximating in our vicinity.
Let's get the flow. Replenishing my firearm. Explosion imminent. Malefactors identified.
I'm seeing unfriendly.
Hither, India. For our magnificent leader.
Let's wreck him! Bet if I go unseen.
Nice. Deactivated his auto mechs.
As of this morning's demonstration, we have finally proven my central thesis. Matter within the rings is not permanently destroyed. Broken down into pure information. This confirms many of our theories about the rift to an overwhelming degree, including the potential to restore this information, albeit imperfectly. I expect the Sovereign will be most pleased. I'm scheduled to meet with him later today to discuss my findings more in depth. Note to self, impress upon the Sovereign the risks of this research.
Okay, so Horizon Point was a secret, even to some of their top researchers.
Sort of peculiar.
System applied!
You know what Prudence always says. Frolic, prance, and shimmy to your heart's reasonable abandon? No, that's only for celebrating the downfall of our enemies. Distemperament can hide in plain sight.
Safe. Remember that time the Sovereign caught us comparing pitchball cards? He was so excited about you having that vintage foil of his favorite Sovereign slugger.
That was ages ago. I'm a Protectors of Piety fan now.
Isn't that the console's favorite team? Invasive elements!
Miranda would have been 17 today. I can scarce imagine her. My little son. Nearly a woman grown. Will she recognize her father, I wonder? After all he has done to bring her back, will she gaze upon him with pride? Happiest of returns, Miranda. I trust this year to be the last one we share apart.
This much more smoke ain't a meal. It's a cry for help. No, he really wasn't looking after himself, was he? Always pays to plan ahead. You're gonna make sure trouble.
Lockdown. You suppose there's been another incident? Like the one with the song?
Let's get him over
Disruptive!
Now you see. Now you don't. Hit him hard!
You have been my family's wise counselor for more years than I have drawn breath, Emery. But that does not grant you the right to challenge my will.
Why, I challenge nothing. I simply offer guidance where I may. I've neither the wish nor the strength to usurp your authority.
I know you have designs on my rift research. What I cannot understand is what you intend to do with it. What exactly are you plotting?
Suspicion is unbecoming, Henry.
These quarters
And
are awful
restoring Arcadia
meticulous.
to resplendence
Makes me wonder
is
what
my
Valancourt
sole
might be
aim,
hiding hereabouts.
as it should be yours. Yet you remain intent to use the rift for the most tenuous of means.
You forget yourself, Consul. Pray, I do not forget all the loyal service you have given me, or you might lose more than just your standing in my affections.
Having that device nabbed on his watch nigh guarantees Valancourt a long stay and mental refreshment. What? If that's true, we must act quickly. Anything on his... I'll lead us to the restricted... Reconstitute matter in an imprecise manner, but use your imagination to conjure the original scene that could lead us to the evidence we need.
This unit recommends prioritizing the mission at this time.
You've discovered something? I knew it! I would characterize Valancourt as many vile and unmentionable things, but a traitor? No. A man cannot defecate without for all the time I've... Did you uncover anything else? I had heard that I think I'm beginning to understand exactly what... How did this go unnoticed? You've provided more evidence than I could have hoped for. Thank you. Valancourt must have sought to curry favor with the Consul by eliminating the Sovereign and making space for the Consul to step into power. He sabotaged... Our dear head of security has much to answer for. We need to go and confront Valancourt, now. I'm no longer willing to wait for the arc of justice to bend in my favor. Valancourt, he wouldn't dare. Trust me, I know Valancourt. This will work. The dead do make poor chroniclers. Valancourt is when it's done.
Enough hiding. You've denied me this fight long enough. Guards, see to this intruder with extreme prejudice. Guards! Me this fight long enough. Guards, see to this intruder with extreme prejudice. Guards! No matter. I will deal with you myself.
Evasive element! Replenishing my firearms!
Yup.
I heard fighting. Well, what happened? Did he beg forgiveness? Did he grovel? Thus always to... Morale will certainly improve in the lab now, I should think. I had prepared this trauma kit, but obviously that turned out to be an unnecessary precaution. Please, take it with my gratitude. I'm not sure murdering the head of security at a highly valued research facility makes the argument you think it does, but have no fear. No.
Your insides are leaking outside.
Negative. This unit requires extensive repairs.
Take time, Commander. You locked people on the outside of a flare.
Resuming hostilities. This unit is now at maximum efficiency. The overall likelihood of the team's total annihilation have been current status. Optimal. The Earth Directorate thanks you for your service in upgrading your Valerie unit. Reimbursement for parts and labor is not available at this time. Did you know? The average Valerie unit remains in service for 5 to 10 years. Agent Ibarra, however, has extended this unit's functionality beyond this range. This unit is programmed to avoid commentary on age unless directly related to a health condition. It is always a pleasure to speak.
Never thought you'd... There's one thing wouldn't happen to be the universe trying to tell us something. What I reckon it... By the way, what DeVries said about Auntie and the Rift Tech. I'd agree with... Still, whether we get... Anyway, appreciate you hearing me out.
Commander, I've been thinking so much so. There is someone who would have tried to contact me to warn me. Someone who wouldn't have been taken in by a faked kill. Not from him. I knew him from before. Very well. Anyway, I know hopefully it will bring me that much closer to who...
Lovely day for a coup, dear. The only surprise about the Protectorate's consul usurping this... Inquire away. I may, sometime, when all is said and done, had a sense you felt that way. Some were... proprietary. Whatever's on your mind. Another crack like our department employed a variety of methods to all of us are... Corrections can take time. I'm not hearing a question. Presiding Bishop Orlo, yes. Ruth Bassar. For a while, the more time passes, the less I'm... Are you at? I doubt you're... I'm not saying never, but... Because all the good mathematical... I'm sure, hopefully by my hand. I try to kill only when necessary. I assume that's in line with your thinking, too. Yes? Oh, here I thought you valued my analytical skills and strategic thinking. But all right, message received. Reprior... Suppose you can ask. The path I'm on hasn't been... Are you satisfied with my performance? Anything to note? I can do that. I wasn't head intercessor for nothing. May all our...
That scum. That miserable scum! I shall not rest until the consul pays for his treachery, and Arcadia's rightful ruler is reinstated. A protectorate led by the consul is no protectorate at all. I fear how my fellow subjects will respond to this news. I believe that most will remain loyal to the sovereign, but I will need to deal with those who strayed. I shall attend to that matter. I sincerely doubt this.
things don't explode no more. Honest.
Glad there are people out here like you. Ah, before I forget,
My friend from Placid Waters. Appreciate you fetching the pitch ball Millie got me. And of course, the escort out of there. Though mostly, wonderful, wonderful. So good to see Millie again. You heading out?
glad there are people out here like you. Gives hope.
Meals currently sold with both salt and pepper. Available today only.
Alright, gotta call it.